Aquariuses. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing a quick reading on, it's like a who's coming towards you, right? Which a lot of other readers do. I was curious to know, when spring comes along, we're almost there. We're not quite there yet, especially not where I live, but we all want to know, like, what the spring energy is so I guess prone to love, right? So who doesn't want to know what's happening in terms of having a new prospect? So Aquarius, let's start with the tarot right away. We'll leave the oracle for the end. Oh, Judgment in reverse. So not so much. Okay, before I speak, I will get more cards, but first impression was this person is new, very new to you. I'm hearing that they look familiar, but they're new. So that's interesting. I wonder why. But that's just intuitive. I mean, I have no other cards to support this. So let's see, Aquarius, what really is happening. Okay. I don't know if you see, but this card just went sideways, so I really want it. It's the Magician. Awesome. That's beautiful energy. That's a Uranus, so that's one of your ruling planets, Aquarius. So it's great. I feel like you might be having quite a lot of new ideas at the moment. And the person coming towards you feels very new, yet they look familiar. So maybe it's when a soul recognizes a soul, right? So it could be that kind of feeling, but it could also be just physically the features remind you of someone else. I don't know. The person is, if they're a magician, so they're extremely skillful. They could be seen as an expert in their fields, or at least someone extremely skillful. Oh, that's a big pile, but I'm gonna take it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 6 cards. Okay, so Fool in reverse, the 10 of Cups with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Let me just show you these 3 for now, like this. And then Death, Wheel of Fortune in reverse with the 6 of Swords. Now that is a crazy contradiction, like really, that's gonna be interesting. I laugh because I say that word like 1,000 times a day, at least when I read tarot, and I'm sure it gets on everybody's nerves. Okay, I need to think about this one. Because there are many cards, I always work, I integrate everything. So I don't just take one keyword for one card, right? Okay, I'm actually going to start with Death, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and the 6 of Swords. I mean, look at that. It's a little bit like this energy. Okay, so first thing I said was someone doesn't want. Okay, so how can I say this? Sorry, I want to say too many things at once. So usually the judgment is like, you don't want to repeat something, right? You don't want a second go around. But what I really felt here was, this is not someone you're having a second go with, it's someone very new. Okay, so that's important. New, someone that impresses you, that the kind of person that you would turn to, like to mentor you or to ask questions or just for inspiration, right? Like literally that kind of person for you, in terms of their ability, like that really, like it's not just impressing you, it's also like you're admiring them quite a lot for those qualities, okay? But it's an energy of, I guess, non-action and an energy of action coupled together. And here's a little bit of the same thing. It's like a seesaw, right? It's like a wave. It's like you're transforming. Things are changing. They're growing. You can see the evolution of it, right? It's unfolding in front of you, and then bam, like a hard stop with the wheel, almost like a pause, like I don't know, like almost like a red light, like at a street light, you know? And then boom, Six of Swords. Now it's time. This is the green light. So very interesting in terms of like a lot of, I guess, things that are brewing inside. Like the transformation might not be visible from the outside, hence why we look at something that looks paralyzed or stopped or like it's not growing, like it's, you know, but ultimately it's a go, right? It's a green light. That's really beautiful. I love that. It's interesting. There I go again. Interesting. Anyways, so let's look at the middle cards. We're gonna make sense of it all, like at least we'll recap and summarize later. The Fool in reverse, the Ten of Cups, and the Knight of Swords in reverse. So it's a strange mix. It's really, to me, it's another okay, the energy goes like this. This time it's down, goes up and down. This one was up, going down, going back up. So I'm really seeing waves. So if you think about it, I just described to you two waves, which is your astrological glyph is the two waves, right? So that's another thing that I enjoy. Even if it's just a visual remark, I enjoy saying it to you. So for me, this is like two people. They're both in reverse. But what's in between them, against all odds, is pure happiness, love, ecstasy, feeling extremely connected, bonded, wishing to extend that bond and that love through a family unit, even a group, maybe a family, soul family, what have you. So, okay, you don't get to see what I see just because I'm filming this video. It's a face video, but for once I wish this was that you could see the cards. I'm seeing a lot of superimposed drawings, okay? So that doesn't happen often or that often, but when it does, for me, it's really cool. But it's like, I'm actually not really gonna go into detail and tell you, but I'm seeing energy flows here. So it's really beautiful, okay? And they're flowing in a way that, how can I say this? Particular cards are linked while other ones are linked together. And they're like, obviously two energies here. I've started describing to you that they look like waves. You could think of it as water. You can think of it as, sound waves, light waves, frequencies. I don't care whichever way you want, but it's pure energy. The energy of the magician is flowing into the Ten of Cups, and it flows into the transformation that we see on the Death card, and it evolves, and it eventually picks up momentum and fully starts moving with the Six of Swords. And then you have another stream of energy that is linking the Judgment in reverse with the Fool in reverse and the Knight of Swords in reverse. And then that links to the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So there's two currents. So there's many ways to interpret that. So let's see if I can do justice here. I think the reason there's two currents, I think, is a timing thing. Okay, that's my, I guess, intuition. I'm not sure what else it could be. So there could be obstacles, there could be, and no matter what they are, they could be your own struggles, they could be people in your life, they could be situations, it could be linked to money, it could be linked to your job, your situation, it could be linked to your family, right? So you see how it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter that I try to describe everything possible. So I think it's a timing thing. If it's an obstacle, the main energy that is the obstacle here on the table is actually the first card that came out. Okay, this is the main. If it's an obstacle, this is the obstacle. So we're gonna pull a card on this for sure. Let me nuance something though. Hold on. So the Judgment, as an obstacle, I don't think how can I express this? So I don't know how to say it. It's okay. There's like a refusal here, okay? There's a big refusal that I'm sensing. So I'm trying to pinpoint who is refusing. Are these two characters here that are actually, I want to say, hyphenated by happiness and harmony. I don't understand the refusal to want to repeat a situation that is so loving and happy. I don't get it. So it's difficult for me to understand why the Judgment is in reverse. Okay, but I mean, it doesn't matter. The card is in reverse, right? We're not trying to determine why it came out, but we are trying to understand why the two characters are in reverse, essentially, right? So why does it feel like a refusal? I'm not too sure. So obviously I am leaning more towards an outside source than an internal source of, no, I don't want to repeat this situation anymore. Okay. Now, if we're looking at the outside situation, okay, if I don't sense it to be intrusive, I don't think it's intrusive. You know, I think on the contrary, something might have been cut off. It's part of the transformation. So it's been removed. It's not intrusive. Do you see what I mean? So I'm not sure if it's a person. It feels more like a situation, okay? Overall situation. And then it would explain also better why we have a wheel in reverse. It's a situation. It's time and space. It's continuum. You know, it's that kind of reason or obstacle. Like moving parts. The situation is still evolving. The situation is still coming, falling into place. Maybe the magician is still manipulating the energy, the currents I was describing. He's still working the links, you know, working the magic on the happiness and, you know, basically accelerating the movements of the transformation so that travel can occur, so that physical movement can occur, so that the situation that I'm telling you I feel is kind of the culprit, I think ultimately it's really just the whole situation. How the magician can actually move it forward and see it like physically, physically experience it. Okay, enough tarot. I'm gonna draw my makeshift out of my makeshift deck. I'm gonna draw. I think I'm going to draw on the Six of Swords. I think it's important to look forward and to look at the future. One card fell, so that's good. What does it mean to you? So what does the Six of Swords mean to you, of Swords? Does it mean that you're moving, relocating, traveling, immigrating? Are you changing jobs? Are you going on a cruise? Because there's water, there's a boat on the Rider-Waite at least. Drawing. Anyways, the Six of Swords, right? Physical movement, change, transition, moving from one shore to the other one being calmer. So think about that for yourself. What does it mean to you? What does that future look like? What does that happiness look like for you? Make it happen. I'm telling you, I really think it's just a question of timing. Because this reading, I don't always see energy currents like this, so that matters, I feel. And I really think that it's the energy that this magician is manipulating. Like, I'm getting chills telling you, okay? I'm not even kidding here. I'm not even saying it lightly to be truthful. I think it's true. Okay, let's pull an oracle card and see what the guidance. Oh, okay. Glasses. Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? No way. Okay, I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. I cannot. I'm getting chills. I love it. Well, if you didn't know, now you know. You're gonna move, you're gonna travel. There's definitely like a big change here, because even the traveling by definition, you know, you eventually come back home. I wonder, I'm almost wanting to tell you, you might be traveling and maybe not returning, and you don't know. I'm dead serious. That's so funny. You know, like liking somewhere, loving it so much that you fall in love with the city, with the country, wherever you are, a neighborhood, and you just like, you really want to be there. So there's more water as well on this card, right? It's really interesting. You could be moving, you might want to be near water. Those are only possibilities, right? I mean, it'll play out differently, but it's still, it's fun to see, because I mean, waters are really present, so I think it matters. Anyway, so I hope something resonated in this reading, because it was an interesting one. And I don't mind, I'm gonna say it. It was interesting. So please like the video, share and subscribe. I'm just playing, right? You realize I'm joking around about, I'm making fun of myself with that word, so never mind me. I'll see you soon. Take care.